Hey everyone, here's a recap of the dev stream about the upcoming Scenario Way of Winter version 1.3 that releases next Thursday on October 17th. Of course, I don't have early access to the scenario itself as I'm not a big content creator. So if you want to look at that content, there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube already. I accidentally spoiled myself with some videos, but I won't look at any more, so I'm just going to play the game like how it was originally released. Anyways, before I dive into the deets, here's a video showing all 3 redeemable codes. I'll put the codes in the description below and in the video so you can copy and paste or pause the video to redeem. 2 of these gives you 500 Starchrom each, and one of them is the H37 code, which gives you random items. Next, phase 3 is finally here for my Prismverse class server. Again, I'm not playing as much as I did in phase 1, though I am still able to get a rare fireworks crate, giving me 100 Starchrom as a factional reward. You also have a chance to open someone else's fireworks crate once, so be on the lookout for a legendary crate in any of the settlements for 1500 Starchrom. If not, try to find an epic one for 1000 Starchrom as shown above. Now for the deeds. Here were the community questions and FAQ on the current issues with the game and Prismverse Clash. So the first question is about, Prismverse Clash scenario feeling a bit rushed, and users face various issues such as getting stuck in the event called Dig to Hell. Questions were, if there were any improvements on this and will there be any future PvP content. And they mentioned that the stuck issues were actually resolved on the October 1st update. And since the launch of Prismverse Clash, the devs have been iterating the game daily to enhance the overall experience. Though anything related to the PvP experience, metas can use the report function so the devs can fix these bugs as soon as humanly possible. Based on the feedback they have collected so far, the devs plan to develop a more advanced PvP scenario where squads are the focus. So, are we looking for something similar to Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Who knows? We'll see. Question number 2. Will there be any hard modes for Prismverse Clash and the upcoming Way of Winter scenario? The dev says no hard modes for both scenarios. The dev's current focus is to refine the overall experience to make sure everyone can enter the same scenario and provide the best quality possible. Question number 3 was asking if the level cap of 50 will be increased in the future. The dev says no because the character level isn't the primary focus in the game. Question number 4, will territory blueprints ever be tradable? And they mentioned that there are still issues the devs are still working on before they can make this live for everyone. The devs are currently designing a trading system that aims to protect everyone's creation, but at this time there's no ETA. Question number 5, will metas be able to create territory blueprints from Eternaland into scenarios? The dev says they are currently working in the design phase to make this happen. Again, no additional info at this time and no ETA. Question number 6, will there be any implementations on upgrading deviations and how would it work? They said this feature is also in the design phase and there's no ETA at this time, though they hope to get it ready by the end of 2024. Question number 7. Regarding the exit scenario features, will there be any limitations on switching over to the Way of Winter scenario if their current server is not completed? The dev says that there will be a special event for metas that want to leave early, which launches on October 17th. Players will be able to do so with the conditions as follows. 1. During the event period, if the current scenario doesn't meet the expectation for the meta can exit within 24 hours at no currency cost and no risk. 2. If a meta stays on their server more than 24 hours during the event, metas will need to use a new item called a scenario exit card. 3. During this event period, scenario exit cards can be exchanged for one Mitsuko mark from the season store. 4. Upon exiting the scenario, all types of acquired resources will be transferred based on the overall season transfer rules as normal. 5. To make sure a fair gameplay and enhance the experience of all metas, the dev limits you to use this feature once every 60 days. This means that there will be a 60-day cooldown period. 6. After the event ends, the feature will be officially launched based on the feedback from the community. So stay tuned to their socials of what this event may look like. Question number 8. Will this scenario exit card event be available in all types of server scenarios? Dev says all servers except for the novice servers will have this event. The reason behind it is because these other scenario servers are more challenging and metas are more prepped to take on another new challenge in the Way of Winter. So it's recommended for new metas to finish the novice scenario or the quote tutorials before moving on to Way of Winter. Question number 9. Any updates to the game stability? Dev says that they identified game crashes related to corrupted packages upon downloading from Steam for DirectX 12. So on October 17th, the devs will introduce an automatic package repair feature, and it should fix those DX12 crashes. Question number 10. In Prismverse Clash, users have been complaining about lag. Are there any fixes on these? And Dev says they are working very hard on it, and they're deeply sorry about the gameplay experience being negative. The devs have located the problem and expect an upcoming relief on October 17th. The devs will continue to work on these issues throughout all of October. Question number 11. Are there any anti-cheat measures in place for Prismverse Clash? The dev says that they are constantly trying to combat cheating. As cheats are always getting updated, the devs are also expanding their anti-cheat capabilities. So based on the current bans the devs have been doing, it's not sufficient enough. So they're currently testing a feature to verify the reports of cheats and will be rolled out once it's fully developed. So users can view if there's any pending actions on the reported users, and the devs are currently optimizing the current report receipt system as they hope the receipts can be more clearer and timely to allow users to provide more information. Also, there are two situations for online cheating. First one is exploiting bugs, and the second is using third-party software. So for players profiting from exploiting bugs, or basically taking advantage in the game that wasn't meant to be used in the first place, the devs increase the severity of these penalties and encourages everyone to report these behaviors in game. So for those who are using third-party software, you're just going to get the ban hammer one day. All right, so that's all of the community questions and FAQ that I've heard from the dev stream. Now on to the H37 crash course about Way of Winter. So just like how I covered from my last video, there's going to be two new snowy regions called Onyx Tundra and Vina Fjord. Then there's going to be another region called Ember Strand, which is an extremely hot temperature region due to nearby volcanoes. Here are some images from the dev stream of these areas. Also, here's a video of the new Deviants we'll be facing. Temperature is based on several factors such as the base temperature of your current location, the time of day, and any weather changes. Lava flows in the game will affect temperature, but so do torches and Molotov cocktails when you hold them. When going into these extreme temperature areas like freezing cold or extreme heat without any preparation, we're probably gonna die. Movement will also be restricted, similar to being overweight or falling sick. Upon entering the Way of Winter scenario, users won't have cold resistant gear to start off with, obviously, so you gotta go around, gather materials, make camp, and first thing you want to do is craft a torch to keep yourself warm. There will be new crops to gather, such as the spike tomatoes, polar peppers, and sunny gingers. I think I butchered that first one, so correct me in the comments below. But all of these you can consume to get a temporary temperature buff. You can also hunt animals for the fur to survive the winter conditions. You would use them to craft better gear to increase your cold resistance. They mentioned that every time or every type of fur in the game will provide different amounts of resistance, so keep searching for the better one. Establish a territory and build a campfire or other facilities that provides warmth. Upon reaching the middle phase, the thermal tower will be unlocked for your camp, and it'll be a crucial part of the game. You have to unlock it in the new mimetic tree, and it'll give your allies different bonuses in the areas such as controlling the temperature in surrounding territories, converting the tower to an oil field, increasing the production speed of manufacturing facilities, boosting crop mutation rates and yields, and many other things. Thermal towers use a new fuel called chaosium. Once these towers accumulate a certain quantity of Chaosium waste, they can be purified into fresh Chaosium, and you'd have to defend your tower against waves of enemies, something similar to how we've seen in other purification events. The final season of this scenario requires both ice and fire to conquer. There will be colossal Chaos Weavers that will appear in the wild, bringing extreme temperatures in the area, both hot and cold. They will also try to attack the thermal towers built by players, so defend them well. Players can choose their initial starting point by choosing your adventure either in Onyx Tundra or Vena Fjord. Then you can explore all of the Snowy Realm and eventually venture off to the Ember Strand. There's going to be 3 new strongholds. One is called Frostforge, second is Firethroat Sanctum, and third is Fort Obsidian. Also, there's going to be cool new deviants such as the Cool Rime Frost, Red Hot Crucibles, and a Treant variant. Also, one of the new bosses they kind of sneak peeked is the Secret Servitor. There's going to be a Twitch drop event starting from October 19th to November 16th at 1 a.m. PDT, which you'll get these 4 items here. The first one on the left is Cat in a Hat Weapon Charm by watching 1 hour of any live stream. Then you're going to get the Dark Pumpkin Lantern for 2 hours, the Wilderness Outlaw Hood for 4 hours, and the Servitor Terror Headwear for 6 hours. Alright, so that's all I can hear from H37. I'm going to now cover the Way of Winter details that was mentioned by the devs. So first one, they mentioned that the Way of Winter scenario is going to be a high survival difficulty, and they will also expand the size of hives to 16 members. The temperature mechanism is based on freezing cold and extreme heat. There's going to be a new memetic specialization system. And as you explore and gain memetic points, you can unlock the first section called Polar Expedition 1. And after learning, you can craft these things like Heatium, Coldium, and Thermium. I don't know how it's spelled, but that's how I heard it. These items will help the player to keep their body temperature in normal range. The devs advise not to join the Way of Winter during the 4th phase because it's going to be hardcore. So even though there's a beginner buff when you join, players will still be in a low temperature state. There's going to be a new event called a Spectacle Collaboration, and it'll unlock somewhere mid-game. So after unlocking the Thermal Tower in the Memetics page, players can help each other out to build this new spectacle. So upon upgrading the Thermal Tower, this provides various benefits, like I mentioned before, such as controlling the temperature in nearby territories, converting the tower to an oil field, increasing production speed of manufacturing facilities, boosting crop mutation rates and yields, and many other things. Now, at the end of the scenario, there will be a large number of giant Chaos Weavers that will appear in the wild with extreme temperature changes to the surrounding areas and launch fierce attacks on the thermal towers built by the players. So, players will need to work together with their team to fend off these attacks and protect these towers. So, based on this, we can expect some tower defense gameplay here. And here's footage of what you can expect in game. There's going to be new securement silos. Devs mentioned that they're going to be beautiful and stunning, such as, there's going to be new artistic touches and flair to these silos. For example, here's a video of what that may look like. One of the community managers mentioned that you can enter a painting to fight the boss. They never showed it in the stream, but I guess that's something to look forward to. There's going to be new weapons, armors, and blueprints in the game. One of the new weapons that they showed in the dev stream is called the Silent Anabasis. One of the features is when you hit a target, there will be a chance to trigger the Frost Vortex. Then targets within this Frost Vortex will form ice crystals that will shatter after a period of time, causing Frost Elemental AoE damage to any target within that area. So here's a video of what that weapon looks like and its features. Lastly, the devs have added 7 new deviations to the Way of Winter, and they are Snow Sprite, Invisible Sun, Hydronaut Fish, Zapcam, Ice Pot, Tar Pudding, and Gazikio. And here's a video sneak peek of what these deviations look like. Anyways, that's all of my notes in my notepad that I've gathered from the dev stream. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe for more content. And yeah, I'm pretty excited of what the game turns out to be on the 17th. Again, I'm not gonna spoil myself with any YouTube videos out there. I'm just gonna play the game and try to make content for that one as well. Anyways, everyone, have a good day and see y'all on the 17th.